stretches in a row. Ooh, man. Are we live? Are you serious? You're doing this while I'm stretching? Why?
I don't think it caught all. I don't think it caught
No.
all of you stretching, which makes me
All right,
sad.
now I have to like re-censor myself. I haven't done this in so long.
I know, right? It's gonna be hard.
Dang
am I
it,
kidding?
kids! Let me express myself in the way I want.
Don't oppress me.
If only we did airsoft, I could say the F word and the S word and the
P word and the C word.
oh man, the C word's my favorite. I love saying cock-a-doodle-doo.
I was gonna say cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Oh
How
well.
dare you? Alrighty. Well,
I'm a dirty boy.
who the dang flabbit sent me a message in my inbox? This is not gonna work. Alright,
Oh,
well, we have this.
six.
Oh, fudge cakes.
It's like that one guy that does the Christian swear parody thing on. He's like this big religious dude, but he makes fun of it so much, and it's great.
I'm trying to think of other things. What's an SH word? Oh, I want to say shart, but that's not really a good replacement. And shiitake's overdone. Shih Tzu is too obvious.
Scheiße is German, I think.
Scheiße is German for the same word. Oh, sushi chef.
We're only going to offend the German kids. Don't worry.
No, the German guys are awesome.
They do some awesome stuff.
Yeah, I like how they're. Oh, we did this Secret Santa type deal. Oh, look, a realistic looking flare gun. Awesome! Everyone was like, it needs an orange tip.
I saw that.
I got so mad. I posted that thing because I was just tired of that. It was one guy who was doing it to every single post. It needs an orange tip, and so I was like, dude, shut up! Like, no one cares. He's like, I'm just doing it because some people need to know. It's like, okay, that's it. I'm posting something in this group. It's like, okay, guys, just because something doesn't have an orange tip doesn't mean it needs one. You know, some countries just don't care. So please shut up. Like,
yeah. We had a viewer, then we lost a viewer. Oh well, we should probably start this forward now.
Let's start.
And welcome to episode 14 of the Nerf Herder podcast. This is the new Nerf year.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. I haven't talked to you since last year, Bobo.
Well, what our listeners don't know is that we basically talk every day. Shh! Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell them. Oh, well. What they really don't know is that we actually got to hang out at one point.
Oh yeah, we will talk about that.
Podcast.
We'll talk about that later in the podcast because it was awesome.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I am the host, Vlad Nico, and for my fun fact, it's cold. Like, they canceled school today because it's negative 25.
And this is in Ohio.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell them how warm it is down there, Bobo.
Well, today we hit a low of about 12, 13.
Oh,
and it was cold. I thought it was cold, and I'm the guy who's like, it's t-shirt weather right now.
Yeah, I was in Georgia with you guys, and it's like 50. I was like, I might need to wear my sweatshirt. And now I'm here, and I'm like, I have long underwear on, and I'm wearing my scarf right now, and it's still cold. I have 3 shirts on.
I thought it was cold enough in Georgia to go sleep with a hoodie on, but apparently it's still like warm. It's like Florida weather down here in comparison.
Yeah.
And then in Florida, people from Florida are going like, "Oh my gosh!" I went to what was it, Universal Studios one year when I was little, and it was It was like low 70s, and everyone had like hoodies and jackets on. Here I am in shorts and a t-shirt, and they're looking at me like, "Oh my God, this guy is ridiculously crazy." I'm like, these people, what?
And then somebody turned around and tried to stab somebody with a squirrel because it's Florida. Obviously.
Well, I am Bobo Lolo. Man, I haven't said this in a long time. I am Bobo Lolo, and for my fun fact, I have finally ascended to the PC Master Race. Did that over the Christmas holidays, and my goodness, it's wonderful. So that's my fun fact. I am now a worshiper of Gaben. There you go.
Well, isn't that special?
It is special. I'm no longer a console peasant. It's a good day. It's a great day.
I still have a crappy laptop, and I have a
Hey, that just makes you a netbook noble. At least
my freaking hard drive on this thing total is like 100 gigabytes.
Oh, you want to hear what I have in this?
Because it's a couple terabytes, I bet, and I don't need that.
I have a 256 gig SSD running programs and the OS, and then I have a 3 terabyte Western Digital Black doing just games. That's just for games, and then a Western Digital Black 2 terabyte for everything else.
There's a lot of like excess there.
Oh yeah.
And
well, here's the thing.
There might be a little overcompensation.
Well, the SSD. Oh my gosh! Once you go SSD, you cannot go back. It's one of those things where once you experience it, you're like, no, never again. If I'm gonna use a hard drive to boot, because this thing boots in like 3 seconds. It's amazing.
That's what I've heard.
And I mean, I have a 1 terabyte in my MacBook Pro, and I haven't even hit that from. Like, I put everything on the desktop. I'm just like, screw it. I'm not going to go looking through folders. So my desktop has like 200 gigs, and I think I have a nice total of about 700 gigs left on that hard drive. So I'm like, 2 terabytes? I'm never going to run out of this. But games are like, what? Bioshock Infinite takes up 32 gigs by itself. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to put a 3 terabyte in there. I might as well. But that is not Nerf related, so let's dive... Let's dive into the agenda for today. So we're going to talk about Vlad's trip to Georgia, and then we're going to discuss Drac going up to where you guys are, which is kind of awesome. I think that's like the first grand pilgrimage that any of the Southeast guys have ever had. Well, one dude went to APOC one year, but And then what we did over the holidays, and then we'll discuss some of the new blasters that have come out. So yeah, let's start with Vlad's trip to Georgia. Vlad, tell us all about it.
So I convinced my parents to let me go to Georgia. Basically, it was, hey Mom, I want to go to Georgia Tech. Let's go check it out. She goes, okay, only way that you can go to Georgia Tech is if I go with you. So I got out of school Thursday. I had like an early dismissal or something, so I got out at like 1. We hopped in the car and we left. 13 hours later, we showed up at my aunt's house, and the next day, I went to visit Georgia Tech. After the organized tour, I was sitting there with the Draculina, and we sat there for like an hour and a half just talking, her and my mom, and basically like now they're best friends. So that was great. Isn't it though? My mom made them gloves when they came to Ohio because she realized they're cold. So Drac has llama fur gloves that are fingerless, so he can still type and everything and play his Clash of Clans, which he thinks is the greatest thing ever.
He's addicted.
He thinks
to that game.
Both of those are the greatest thing ever. Clash of Clans is the greatest thing ever, and these llama gloves are the greatest thing ever. Then he also makes the Draculina fingerless mitten sort of things too, because it gets cold, but you still need your fingers.
Your mom's very nice. She was nice to talk to.
She is so nice. I mean, you haven't even met my grandpa. Just wait until you meet my grandpa. Jeez. Like,
I've heard stories about some people's grandpas. I'm sure yours is much better than that.
You can just talk to Drac. Like, Drac just loves him.
Well, the only, like, you should meet my grandpa story that I've ever heard was one of my friends that, he was like, you should meet my grandpa, he's really awesome. I was like, oh. So he was like, well, once for Thanksgiving, he just, like, randomly flipped the entire table over, and it was awesome. I'm like, I don't want to meet your grandpa now.
Well, I mean, I have an uncle that somehow managed to arrange the tables at Christmas to look like a penis, and nobody noticed except for, like, 3 of the cousins.
Awesome.
Brought it up to him, he goes, yeah, I did that on purpose.
I like the sound of that, Vlad.
That was the year of the first whiskey Christmas.
Whiskey Christmas? Sounds
Whiskey
awful.
Christmas is just an excuse to drink, and it's an excuse to drink.
So,
It's beautiful.
so after your
Um,
tour, we all went out to dinner. That was pretty great. I really
yes,
enjoyed that. It was kind of
yes.
yeah. It
Matt
was
gave me the private tour of the campus. It was like, so yeah, here's a place where a couple of people have jumped off the building.
oh
I don't
yeah
advise doing that unless you're already dead. Like,
yeah. Georgia Tech is okay. One thing people should know about Georgia Tech, it's not. It's right on the edge of Midtown Atlanta, and then right after you pass that, you get kind of like a bit of the ghetto. It's like right
Yeah.
alongside this road that just divides the ghetto from Atlanta, and people have died around there.
yeah.
That's why
I mean,
HBC is not a thing at Georgia Tech. It's because people have been shot nearby.
Yeah.
Fun fact for the day. There you go.
He also said that like they randomly will bring in puppies and kittens into a courtyard like once a month or something, or once every other week, because they basically need to keep the kids from getting too stressed out and like.
Oh yeah, I've had
killing
friends who went to
themselves.
Georgia Tech, and it's ridiculous. Some of the stuff that they
Yeah.
have to do. It depends on your major, but I know one guy I knew wanted to be an architect, and then he said there was way too much math for me to handle, so I'm just gonna go into what was it, like industrial design. It's like, are you serious? It's like that's what architecture is, math. It's like all it is.
Yeah.
Is math and drawing combined into one god awful like
Cluster
job.
cuss.
And my dad's an architect, so I can say that.
Oh.
I guess that gives me the right to say that architecture is just math and drawing, and it sucks.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we went to a
Yeah.
place called the Porter, which I had been to one other time. We had like a Southeast meet up there, and let me just say this: if you ever go to the Porter, get yourself some of the goat cheese fritters. Oh man,
So
oh
good.
man, oh my gosh! I am a sucker for goat cheese and honey. It is, oh yeah, it's delicious.
It is amazing.
So good. They also have really good mac and cheese there. If you want to hate yourself later, mac and cheese. That's how you do it.
I can vouch for that. Or if you want to gag a lot, you do what my mom did and just order their popcorn.
The popcorn was decent. It wasn't.
It
that
was good, but like it has like sea salt and vinegar on it, so you're not expecting the vinegar. And if you inhale a little bit,
Oh, your mom was inhaling those stuff. I forgot.
we all were like, you go to
I
take
had
a little
a fun
breath
time
before
with
you
it.
pop it in your mouth.
You guys just
And-
suck at eating.
You like, it catches you throwing. You're like,
One,
and you
don't
just can't
breathe while you're putting stuff in your mouth. It'll really help you in the long run. Yeah, there's a
But
pro
that's
tip
not
for
what they
everyone.
told me during scuba diving. They told me you stick this in your mouth, hit this button, and breathe. Like,
Well,
okay.
that's not food. You're not swallowing that afterwards. You're just that's how you
You'd be
breathe.
surprised.
Oh, shut up.
I swallowed more lake water than I intended to.
Because you suck. Ha, it makes sense.
It's funny.
So, and then the
Yeah.
next day, he came to one of our SENC things.
More.
Yeah, talk about that.
Well, I just need to talk about leaving the Porter real quick because that was kind of beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I think I've blocked that out of my memory for a while. Oh, my God.
So, I can understand why you would have like suppressed this memory. It was kind of awful.
So weird.
So actually, two things happened. Okay, so the first was what you were there to experience. We were walking out, and the Draculine and my mom are walking ahead of us, and they walk past this chick real fast. Like, we don't want to deal with this chick. Then
Wasn't
Bobo,
even a
myself,
chick, it was just a lady. It was like an
she
older
was a scary lady. She was a scary lady.
She was like
Meth,
5
not even
feet.
once.
She was like 5 feet exactly. A little chubby, and
That.
I think like late 40s is what she looked
She
like.
looked like she had done meth a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
At
It was
least
a little
like
off.
twice in her lifetime. I
Yeah.
should say that the Porter is located in a place called Little Five Points, which used to be kind of like the counterculture area. Like there used to be like a huge punk place, and then the hipsters got a hold of it. But one thing that it's really known for is that it has this weird little park. It's not even a park. It's like trees with a fence around it, like a nice fence around it, and it's just where like homeless guys like to sleep, and people try and sell you like weed and paintings they've done. Like some guys will have like an acoustic guitar, be like, Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan, and whatever. And there's just like every now and then you come across some really strange people, like this lady, for example. Keep going, Vlad.
Yeah. So Drac and I and Bobo are talking and walking rather slowly, barely keeping up with our ladies, and suddenly Bobo just disappears. And Drac and I look at each other like, where did he go? And all we hear is, guys. And we look back, and this lady's just clutching Bobo's leg, looking up at him, saying something, and I just start laughing. I couldn't help it. And then Drac goes, no, he's ours. We can't let you take him. And she goes, I suck your dick for money.
That is not what she said.
That's what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to me.
Not even close. If she said that, I would have started screaming. That's you would have heard, ah! Just like me running away.
So then, after I managed to, get a handle on myself, she goes, she's saying something like, all you guys for whatever, and I go, no, we don't like to share. He's ours.
Okay, like, what really happened was we walked out, we took some pictures, because that's what we do when we have like meetups and stuff. So we took pictures, and they all went ahead of me. I don't know why, because you guys suck. And this woman just kind of walks over to me on my right side, puts her arm around my waist, and she's like, hey, what you doing? I was like, guys. Like, I was trying to get them. No one would help me. And she's like, what are you doing? You want to do something? And I was like, I can't really do that right now. She's like, why not? And so and that's when they turn around, and Drac's like, oh, no, he's ours. And Vlad's like, we don't like to share. And then that's when I was like, what are you up to? I was going to try and slyly get her off me, like, oh, yeah, let's go this way, and, like, start walking, then turn around and run, One of those things, but they got her off me. She's like, oh, maybe next time, and, like, I was just so uncomfortable. Like, I've never had anyone do that, and it's just,
I've been in some sketchy parts of Toledo late at night, and the worst I've ever had was a guy offered to sell me weed. That was the worst I've ever had. This story gets even better, Bobo. After we left, we said goodbye to you, we go to get back in Drac's car, which, for the record, Drac's car is a juke. That thing is small. It's great, but it's small.
Yeah, it's pretty
We're trying to get back inside, and this guy comes walking over with, like, this sketchy-looking DVD. And he's...
Oh, did he try
and
sell
you? I couldn't quite understand it first. Huh?
Did he try and sell you a...
Yeah, he tried... Here's what he said. Big booty slut, $5. $5, big booty slut. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Tell me this story. Oh, man, you should have bought
it. My mom was right there.
So? There's your Christmas present for the year.
Oh my god. So yeah, that happened. A guy tried to sell me like back alley porn.
I wish I still had the CD. I bought a bootleg. Well, it's not even a bootleg. Like, you know how sometimes people will be like, "Hey man, just made this CD. Pay me what you think it's worth or whatever."
Yeah.
There's a guy, I don't know if anyone has experienced this, but this guy was selling one in little 5 points, and I was like, I'll give you $3 for it. And he's like, oh, thanks, man, you're gonna love this. Oh man. So I go home, put it on iTunes, and it's by a guy called Mr. Crazy with a K. Oh man. And it did not have any song names, but there were 17 songs on it. And the first one I just assumed was called Trapopedia. It's like Wikipedia, but about the trap. I have no clue. And it was Trapopedia. Haters, they seen ya. Lights, camera, action. Here comes the media. And then like one of them was like, you ain't talking money. I jump them hurdles. Like, what? And then another one was about like, oh my gosh, like she bad, got a man at home, she bad, when he's gone, the street she like to roam, she bad, it's like the worst $3 I've ever spent in my life. One of them, he was talking about, like, Martin Luther. My friend was like, oh man, those 96 thesis, it's just stupid, no one's gonna care, so, but yeah, bootleg DVDs and Huh? I wish I did. I deleted it a while
Oh
ago.
my
I was like, I
God.
can't take it anymore. I can't. But if you guys ever rode the Marta, you guys should have ridden the Marta. That would have been an
Yeah, we
experience.
did.
Oh, you did. Wonderful.
Yeah. I thought I told you about the guy that I saw first time I got on the Marta.
Perfume. Was he trying to sell you?
No,
Oh man.
no,
Sometimes they like to try and sell you incense, perfume, bootleg DVDs,
no.
CDs.
This guy,
They
he's
guess
got
all
like, you know,
lipstick
those like
ones.
weird poncho things, those weird like sweatshirt poncho sort of deals.
Okay.
Like they just became popular among the rich kids here like 2 years ago.
No idea.
Well, it's really weird. Did not match at all. He had a floral skirt on and ripped up like leggings.
Beautiful.
And I think like some combat boots or something. And he was like the hairiest dude I've ever seen.
That
I'm
sounds just like art college. Not even
it
joking.
was awful. It was awful.
That's not even the worst of it. Did you ever see?
Oh, no.
This is gonna make Atlanta sound like the worst place to ever go visit. Did you ever see that video of Soulja Girl on like a subway, and she was like, "Soulja Girl up in the," and then like she gets into a fight with someone, and she's like, "Where my do rag at? Where my do rag at?" Did you ever see that?
I don't think I did.
That was on Marta. That was,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to look this up. That was on Marta.
I will.
It was one of those things where the video started. I was like, "This looks familiar." Oh my God, it's Marta! Like, no, Atlanta, what are you doing? Stop it!
Oh man.
So yeah,
Oh,
anyways, we should
man.
probably get back on topic of how was
I
the
mean, we are on
SCNC?
The SCNC was amazing. I got there a little later than I wanted to because I couldn't get my mom up because we were out so late that night. So well, my mom would not let me drive for whatever reason, so she drove 13 hours straight to Atlanta because my mom, I don't know, she just wouldn't let me drive, even though I'm more than capable. So we get there a little later than I wanted to, but it was still early-ish. Got to do a couple videos with Drac. My mom was taking pictures the whole time. So
I kept trying to get her to take a sexy picture of me. She would not do it.
She
Every
doesn't
time
know
I
you
saw
well
the
enough
camera
yet.
point in my direction, I'd strike a pose. Usually with my butt
There-
pointing out.
There are a couple of you where you got that like sexy face going.
Yes.
So I think I sent those to you. I'll make sure that you get those tonight
Yes,
at some
please,
point.
please.
Absolutely beautiful. So I went down there. I didn't take anything like hardcore. I literally took my Sweet Revenge with my holster, my Zing bow, and my SM 1500 that I just put CPVC barrels on. And I just wrecked everybody with that. It was great.
You did very well.
I vividly remember like jumping over a mulch pile and seeing Drac running across the tops. And I shot ahead of him because, you know, you gotta lead it.
Yep.
It looked like he was curving behind him, and then the last second it curved up and like hit him right in the chest. I was like, score!
You did very
It was
well in the
beautiful.
Zingbo rounds.
I mean, I didn't do as well as I thought I would.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I remember I actually have it on film where I shot at you. It went high, and you like deflected it with your hand away from your face.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this?
No.
Have you not looked at the footage?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's your fault then. Because I have this on camera, and I want to get your perspective of it too, because I feel like all you're going to see is like this red dot just coming out and you go, ah! And like your hand flailing.
I'm not going to lie, the Zingbo rounds are probably my favorite that we play, and they're always so good. They're like,
They always are.
always so good. Because it's
It
a
was-
wide open field, but there's like different terrain. I don't want to say different terrains, but it's like kind of a rocky area, and then we have this little high road area. So it's really good for Zingbos because you don't have anything to like shoot around,
Yeah.
which is it's a lot
There
of fun.
was, what was it? At one point, oh, that's it. My mom took a picture. I shot, missed your leg. You're trying to reload, and there's me like galloping away. And there's just, it's the most majestic thing you've ever seen.
You need to send me these pictures, man.
I did send you these pictures
Send
a
them
long time
again.
ago.
Send them
I
again.
will. But like, there isn't a single picture. that my mom took that I don't have like a smile on my face, except for the one where I have my eyes closed and I look like I'm trying to take a dump. It's awful. And that's ironically the one where you have the sexy face. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. But yeah, I think it was the Zing round. It was my last round that I could stay. So I think Chicken was like, "Okay, guys, it's 10:15. We all have 10 lives, 15-second intervals." And my mom's like, "Oh, we're gonna be here a while."
Yep.
It's like, Mom, they don't want me to go.
Yeah, we want you back, Vlad.
I'll be coming back real soon. Don't you worry.
Good. I hope it's forever.
Forever. Give me a forever home, Bobo.
Forever.
Oh my gosh. Fun fact, I watched the Sandlot for my citizenship in the community merit badge.
That's weird.
Because it's all about the community, dude. It works.
Is it really? I thought it was about some kids trying to get a ball back from some guy's backyard without asking. That doesn't
And then at the very end, what do? They always go back and, like, once a week, they go back and talk baseball with the old man until he dies.
Ugh,
like
losers.
that, they reinstated him into the community. That's all that movie was about. So that's why I got to do that. I know, right?
Speaking of losers,
oh, yeah.
Drac went up to Ohio.
Fun fact, I passed my Eagle Border review, which is really nice, because that is going to help me get into college. So, I'm not officially an Eagle Scout yet, but once the National Scouts looks at my paperwork and says, yeah, he did it, I'm officially an Eagle Scout.
Sweet.
So,
you know what else is an Eagle Scout?
I got all the hard stuff done.
You know what else is an Eagle Scout? Drax trip up to Ohio. These are the worst transitions I've ever done.
That is a beautiful transition. So yeah, Drac came to Ohio. I wish that we could get him on for this episode, but he's busy with uni, so we will get him some other time to talk about it. Long story short, Drac booked Spirit Airlines up to Ohio. Like, I think it was direct flight from Atlanta to Detroit.
I don't know whether
Had to drive up an hour.
He had to go through Detroit. Gross.
He didn't have to go through the bad part of Detroit. He went to Detroit Metro Airport. So basically, it was like
all of Detroit's the bad part of Detroit.
We weren't even in Detroit, which is the fun thing. So we didn't get shot.
I was supposed to go on this trip, but I couldn't. So sorry.
Yeah, I was really sad because it was like, you should have done it.
Yep. Sorry.
You should have done it. Next time you're coming up. Like, there is no two ways about this. You're coming up. So, he books that flight. It's like a 2-hour flight. Fun fact, it was the Lady Draculina's first time flying. So that was funny. There's video of her during takeoff. She's like, I can't. She does this thing where she, like, laughs and cries at the same time when she gets really, like, upset, I guess. So she's, like, laughing and crying in her seat during takeoff. So
I used to do that to my mom. My mom hates the takeoffs and landings, so whenever we take off, I'd grab her by the shoulders and go, turbulence! And just shake her.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
I mean, I almost put us into a flat spin when I was flying, so I guess I'm an even worse person.
You're terrible.
For the record, unless you have your engines are on the wings, and you can turn off one of them or slow one of them down so that you can, like, get out of that flat spin. Flat spins will kill you. Like, that's where you lose all lift.
I would have never have guessed.
It's awful. So I almost put us in a flat spin. That was a bad choice.
So what all did you guys do over there?
So my grandpa and I drove up to get them. It was like, 7 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock by the time we finally found them. Drove home and was like, so, you want food? We got food. One of my grandpa and I's friends, because she has nothing better to do anymore, I guess. She's like 89. She just cooks all the time. So she drops off like beef brisket and like mashed potatoes and gravy and just vegetables and everything and just fed us like kings. It was beautiful. Which is why you should have come.
Yeah, I would have eaten everything.
It's encouraged. Like, we still had leftovers, and we were eating that for like dinner every day. It was great. So later that night, it was like, gosh, I think it was 7:30, and we had my littlest sister with me, and we're like, so we should go like to the thrift store and just see if there's anything. So we found like a 50-cent night finder, a Cobra. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's the next day. We went to the thrift store clothes shopping because we were going to go out for drinks that night. So we dress up Drac. At first I found a jean jacket, put that on him. It fit, but it was not going to work. So in the end, it was just Draculina and I messing around, throwing clothes on him, seeing what worked. And in the end, he just bought them. He's like, this is too hilarious to not
Wasn't
buy.
one of them like a leopard print or something?
Yes, leopard print jacket.
Leopard print is the best print.
It was awful. I have no regrets in him buying that. It was
You
like
say awful, I
$5.
say beautiful.
It was like $5 for that jacket. He's like, I spent the same amount on this jacket as I would have on packaging. So I have no problem using this to like package my blasters and send them back home. So it all worked out. But like the Draculina found these like cherry red heels and stuff. It was great. We had fun. But we go to check out, and Drac's still wearing the clothes. So he puts his other clothes on the counter and goes, okay, I'm wearing the clothes that I need to buy, so start finding tags. He's like turning around finding tags. And he gets to his pants, and then the cashier goes, oh, don't tell me your underwear I have to scan too. And he goes, no.
Ba-doom.
It would have been so worth it just to say yes. Just
Should
for
have got a picture of that. I'm sure his fans would have loved to have seen it.
Oh yeah, it would have been great. So yeah, then we dropped my little sister off at home. Went out to a place that had dollar drink night and a drag show. So they got to see a drag show and get drunk. It was great. I had fun. They had fun. Somebody asked Drac in the bathroom if he was gay, and his response was, "No, I'm just hilarious." So yeah. So now that's always our thing now. I'm just hilarious. Then after
went
that,
to the recon stuff.
we had the recon war. In the morning, it was like we didn't get home until like 3 in the morning. So the morning it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, okay, we should probably get to the park. I told everybody to be there at 9:30. Like 6 people ended up coming to an NIC event outside in like the 35-degree weather. It was kind of great. We had a fun time. You probably would have been at home because it's cold. Like, you would have been wearing shorts and a t-shirt, which is what our buddy Chris was wearing. I'm pretty sure Chris has a, like, demon inside of him that's keeping him warm. Because he was in shorts and, like, a sweatshirt, and he puts his hands on my cheeks, and they're, like, hot. I'm like, Chris, you're not real.
That sounds like my girlfriend. She's super exothermic. It's kind of annoying. It's like, especially during the summer, it's like, oh god, I have a furnace right next to me.
I mean, the Draculina and I are both like really, really cold and stuff, but you know, I'm less so than Draculina. Huh?
You need more meat on the bone.
Meat on my bones?
Yes.
No.
Become big.
I've tried. It doesn't work. Literally. I cannot gain weight. I've tried. It's awful.
You need to eat more.
Do you have any idea what it's like?
No, I don't.
Eat and eat and eat and then not gain any weight?
No, I don't.
It's awful. It's awful.
Is it though?
It's awful. More or less.
So what was the best round at Recon, would you say?
At Recon?
Yeah.
I mean, I had the most fun when we were playing Doors because at one point we were making Helsing Abridged references left and right because we're just nerds like that. I managed to find a Titan at Goodwill about a week before. I didn't have any missiles for it, and I didn't have time to make a coupler to single it because, you know, even just a really loose or even like make an absolver for it. Well, a buddy of mine, Tack, from University of Toledo's HBZ game, goes, dude, I've got like 3 Titan missiles in my car and like 4 more at home. You can have them. I go, oh, Tack, you're beautiful.
Nice.
So he managed to find 2 of the missiles. So at one point, I had the Titan rocket, I had the Titan launcher. I run down the hallway. There's this bend and you actually see this in Drax's video. I run up there, I take a knee, I yell, "Bitches love cannons," and just shoot it. It's just this pop, and it goes, woo, and just misses. But we're like, splash damage, totally. Except not really. So I think that was my favorite thing favorite moment, more or less.
I'll have to ask Drac what his was.
He says that because we play inside, we can't get too rowdy. So when we play zombies, which is our version of humans versus zombies, the zombies have to walk. So usually I just go pistols or front loaders because, one, it makes it more fun for me. So I have no doubt I could just, with like a rapid strike or a stampede, I could just murder everybody and it's no problem. But I go pistols because that's just more fun for me. Track goes, zombies having to walk was like playing on easy. It was like, well, yeah, because one, we can't see you half the time. Two, you're running with the death dealer, and that thing, according to him, has #big dick props because it's blasting the tits off of Koosh darts. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. So, then we also you've played Gary's Mod, right?
I have not.
Okay, then this might be lost on you, but there's a game type called Trouble in Terrorist Town. Are you familiar with that at all?
No.
Okay. Basically, you have the sheriff, everybody else is like a innocent bystander, except for two guys who nobody knows who they are that are traitors. So the traitors are trying to kill
the sheriff
and then everybody else in the town. Yeah. The traitors are killing the sheriff and everybody else in the town. The sheriff is trying to find the traitors and kill them by asking everybody, like, if they get killed, who they last saw and what they were hit by, if they know. So, like, if they were hit by a Sweet Revenge or a Night Finder. Everybody else except for the sheriff has pistols. So that one is basically just to breed paranoia, that entire game type. And it bred paranoia, and it was beautiful, because everybody's just pointing blasters at each other's heads like, I'm not afraid to shoot, I'm not afraid to shoot.
That sounds
but
like
I'm not
the
the terrorist.
That sounds like the first day of HVZ every time.
It's basically what it was.
Like, are you the OZ? Are you the OZ? I'm not the OZ. How can I be sure you're not the OZ?
Where were you on the day of tomorrow? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with. So yeah, we played until 3 in the morning, and
nice.
That was amazing.
Oh, I'd love.
We started at like 8 o'clock and played till 3 in the morning.
I'd love to play a late night indoor game.
Then come to Ohio. I have an extra bedroom for you.
One day.
I mean, you can have either the double mattress, and I'll take the
mattress.
My mattress is at my house. We're going to my grandpa's house where my parents are, and we can.
Whatever. We should
pull out couch.
We should use the same bed and huddle for warmth.
Only in the winter, yes.
No.
Hey, Bobo, book a ticket for tomorrow.
If I could,
because it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold.
You can
it's
hear
a 3-dog night tonight. It's awful. I can hear you, yes.
Well, and then anything interesting happen after the wars, or any funny stories, or they left?
I'm trying to think. We went to Tony Pacco's, which, for those of you who either A, haven't watched MASH, or B, aren't from Toledo, Ohio, Tony Pacco's is like the hot dog place that you go. Like, they make pickles. They're famous for their pickles and their chili dog sauce. So,
I want chili dogs.
Bobo, when you come, we're taking you to Tony Pacco's.
Yeah.
And then my grandpa, that was lunch that we had at 3 in the afternoon when we woke up. And then for dinner at like 7 o'clock, my grandpa's like, so you guys like buffets? You like Chinese food? Let's go to the Happy Rose. I'm like, the Happy Rose.
Happy Rose?
Happy Rose.
Wow, that sounds like a Chinese buffet.
It is one heck of a buffet. Like, Drac will have to tell you the story of the hibachi grill because I can't tell it with the correct accuracy to make it a worthwhile story.
Dang it.
But these people who work there, like fresh off the boat sort of people, like barely speak English, so it makes it all the better. It's just a great place. I ate 6 plates of sushi because I'm
Only
fat.
6?
Only 6. And then a plate of, like, various other things. You know how it goes.
You disappoint me.
Well, I mean, I didn't have you to compete with. I mean, my grandpa only ate 3 plates, so...
Travesty.
You should look up the Happy Rose website. It's so...
I'm going to do that right now.
You should do that right now, because it's kind of beautiful, and at the same time, you're like, this is a generic restaurant.
Happy Rose Buffet. Hooray. So, now with our... well, the building is pink. That's off to an amazing start. That's wonderful. I love it. Menu. Well, besides the stories, we are going to be discussing some of the new releases. Ooh, the stuff that... which I find funny because on Facebook, Nerf was like, oh man, new blaster revealed, the Flip Fury. And of course, I had to make a comment. I was like, guys, everyone basically knows about this thing already.
Like, Drac just made a video on it. Everybody knows about it.
Have this on their person at this exact moment. It's like, you guys, Nerf is like the only company that will reveal something when it's already known what it is. At least I think they're the only company. It's like, oh guys, we have this awesome announcement in like a month, and it's gonna be so cool. And we're like, well, I think people have already put review videos on YouTube about it. So yeah.
Yeah, we already know it's pretty cool, but
But let's see here. These
other blasters that are coming out, we got like the Double Down.
The Double Down, the new Snapfire, which is not the Dart Tag 8-round semi-auto shooter thingy, but a different thing altogether. And then we also have the Sharp Shot. Wasn't the Sharp Shot another Dart Tag thing? Hold on.
Sharp Shot was... Yes, it was, because that's the thing that
Nerf.
I have modded.
It is. It is. Nerf, you need to stop this. It's confusing. Stop it.
Do you think that they're ever going to revive the Dart Tag line?
No. I don't think they will. I know they got rid of the Dart Tag Championships, which is kind of crappy because I remember after I saw, I think it was like 2011? I think it was the last one.
11 or 12.
I think it might have been 12. But after I had watched it, I was like, oh man, I'd love to get some creepy 20-year-olds to just wreck kids inside those things. Be like, yeah, take it, during the whole thing, and then go on to be the champions. It's like, those guys are creepy and weird. Be like, but we won, and that's what matters. I can't talk. But then they discontinued it, and people are still asking about it. Like, when are you guys gonna do this again? They're like, sorry.
I really want them to do it again because I want to enter the dream team and just be amazing.
We need to be the
the Southeast.
The Southeast Southeast Ecstasy, I think, is with an X. That spells out sex. If you don't get it. We made buttons for the UGA HBZ game that said Southeast Ecstasy. No, it wasn't Ecstasy. Because I remember it was going to be Extravaganza at first, and then we changed it. But
that's beautiful.
I got to design.
Apparently, I got to hear a lot of stories from Drac over that trip, and apparently, like that was around the time that Drac was becoming popular, and they're sending him cease and desist letters and everything, and they're like, so you want to come and help us with this? So I guess he was actually there and like on the ground floor helping with the Dart Tag Championship.
Really?
That's what he told me.
I never heard about that.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Yep.
But this is the story that I heard. Oh, that was the other thing. We went to the zoo. We were on the way to the zoo when he told us that.
Well, we're past that point now, Vlad. Should have thought about it.
No, you know what? My little sister just walked downstairs, and she went to the zoo with us, too.
That's wonderful. But
the rabbit is running around the basement, and I'm not sure why.
But
okay. So she wants to snuggle with the rabbit, but the rabbit's running away. then you should come here and snuggle with the rabbit, just like Draculina. So apparently, the rabbit got mad at the Draculina. That's fun.
So, these new blasters, Vlad, because we're past story time. Ugh.
I'm so bad. Yeah, so it looks like the plunger tubes are extended Jolt plunger tubes with like Night Finder or Fire Strike.
They look pretty big.
Priming rod. They look like they're going to have some potential, but again, it's going to be like the same as a Fire Strike or a Night Finder. That's my thoughts on that.
The double down is essentially just a plunger tube with 2 smart AR barrels on the sides of it and a handle. That's basically what it is. And you prime it back in, like I said, smart AR, so you get 1 shot per barrel. But I think it has, what, like 2 inches of prime to it, something like that. But the plunger tube is massive.
It is pretty
big. It takes
big.
up like half the size of the blaster. It's kind of awesome. And I honestly don't know how much potential there would be for it, because usually the smart AR stuff doesn't really have, like, I mean, it has some potential, but I don't think it's going to be like super great. I think Night Finders are going to beat it. That's just my guess. Because
they're doing that new. They're doing the new way that they have the dart storage in like the little.
Oh, on the sides, yeah.
Honeycomb thing. Yeah, that seems dumb.
It's 4 darts, 4 dart storage, and then 2 in the barrel, so a total of 6 total. Total of 6 total. That makes sense. But
total of 6 total. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'd like to see. I think I might get this. It looks kind of interesting. It looks easy to see PVC, but I don't know. I think the draw on it's a little too short.
Yeah, I don't have any real interest in that. Honestly, nothing that Nerf's been showing me so far has gotten me excited.
Yeah, that's true. The snap. Speaking of not being excited, the Snapfire is just a single barrel version of the double down, and it looks shorter overall.
Yeah.
So that's exciting, I guess.
I mean, a little. I mean, if I can keep getting deals like I did today, I text you when I was at Goodwill and I found 2 Fire Strikes for 50 cents each.
That's a good deal.
I was like, this is beautiful. This is what I pay for Night Finders. So, I plan on turning around and selling those to kids at HBC.
I will say that I like the new grip designs, the ones with like the holes in it, to be, I guess, less material use, and also it kind of looks cool. I like those. I'm not sure about other people, but I like the look of it.
They look fine.
Like the messenger. The messenger, I didn't like it at first, but the more I used it, I kind of liked it. I like it. It's very comfortable. It looks kind of cool. So, but Nerf needs to stop with this stupid name thing. Like the vintage strong arm is now the new strong arm, or newish strong arm, which is annoying. And then now you have the sharp shot and this, what, Snapfire was it? Just, guys, think of something different. Come on. And the whole like fire thing, yes, it fires. We get it. Like just stop it.
That's what I'm buying it for.
Snapfire. Just, guys, think of something better. Like the Rapid Strike, well, that makes sense because it shoots a bunch of darts really fast. Like, that makes sense.
Or like the Manta Ray, because it looks like a Manta Ray. Oh no! Like, go back to animals.
Oh, that whole line made sense, kind of, except for the Razor Beast, that crank handle one. I have no idea why it's called a Razor Beast. There's nothing razor about it.
Oh man, I have no clue.
But
even like triple torch, I guess I understand, because it's like
it shot 3 ammo. It shot 3 ammo.
Yeah, I guess I can understand. Speaking of which, I just got one of those. It's in the mail right now. Yeah, a triple torch, a ripcord, and a nitro quad with all the ammo. I've been wanting a nitro quad forever. I got so discouraged because I couldn't find any for under like $60 that I started to make my own out of jolts.
Yeah, you can blame Drac on that one.
Yeah, I figured. That's also why you can't get crossbows for anything.
Drac's been sniping crossbows left and right.
He told me he just puts $100 bid on
No, he does
everyone
more
that
than
comes up
that.
on eBay.
His trick is
That's the baseline.
he puts a huge max bid on it, so no one can outbid him.
Yeah.
But just okay. My question to you is: if you had to rename the Snapfire and Sharpshot so it's not named after something that's already been done, what would you name them?
Ooh. Am I allowed to recolor them?
No.
Darn. 'Cause I would
But
color one of
it
them
has to be a nerfy name. It can't be like the Ultra, like the Ultra Shooter or some stupid. This isn't Max Force. We're not going up based on ooh shots fired. But yeah, if you had to name it something like Nerfy, what would you name it? Because I'm seriously tired of Nerf reusing their names. It's just it makes no sense and it's confusing as hell. Because I'll be like, oh yeah, I got a strong arm. I don't want a strong arm. I want the strong arm. It's like that's what I'm saying. Which one?
I don't know. I would probably end up naming one along the lines of like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't even know. It is hard.
Maybe this is why they keep reusing names because they can't think of anything.
I mean, you ask 5-year-olds. Like you build it, then you ask 5-year-olds. So what do you think of this? What do you think we should call it? You know?
No, they would make it stupid. Like I want it to be called the FAMAS H1 from Call of Duty.
That's why you ask good kids, not COD kids. Jesus.
For the Snapfire.
That or just straight up ask Nerf Nation. Be like, yo, Nerf Nation.
Why not just call it like
the
Single Fire, or the like, you know, like something jolty like the Mega Jolt. That could have been the Big Shock as the Mega Jolt or something like that.
Well,
that'd been cool.
I like Big Shot by the Mega Jolt for the
Mega Jolt. Snapfire.
It sounds like
snap.
It sounds like Mega Jolt sounds like the main like bad guy in some cheesy 80s cartoon. I love it.
I like it. oh no, it's Mega Jolt. Mega Jolt.
Are you ready to hear about friendship, kids?
Like Double Down. Double Down is all right, but all I think of is that KFC abomination they made a while back.
Yes.
Which is it's quite good. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds disgusting, but the idea of having chicken patty or not chicken patties, but like the chicken breast as the buns is such a good idea. I don't know why no one did that before, but yeah, that just makes me think of the KFC Double Down. It's like I can't eat.
Why are they still doing it?
Why not like the double shot? There you go. I just solved that problem. That sounds nerfy as hell. Sounds
because
like
Nerf has
Nerf.
the double shot.
Double shot. Oh wait, has there been a double shot?
Yeah,
Wow.
That's what the shotgun is.
Oh yeah. I thought that was the barrel break.
That's why they did double strike.
I don't remember a double shot. Oh, are you talking about the Busby thing?
Yeah.
No one cares.
Busby probably has some copyrights on that.
Well, Nerf has the lawyers, sadly.
Yeah, that is true. They could just pull an Apple and like see something else come out, make one real quick, and be like, "No, we had this a long time ago."
We did it first, yeah. Oh well, so this is why Nerf is probably reusing names, is because they can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. So, logic.
I mean, if they were to start doing animals again, like with the Max Force line, I would let them reuse names. I would be okay with that.
I think I've said this before, and I know some people agree with me on this. Is like I wish they would return to their gimmicky stuff. Like, not everything has to be like tactily cool, and not everything has to be like, ah man, it uses magazines like a real gun. Call of Duty. It's that. I get it. I get that's kind of what the market is right now, but I would love it if they went back to like just stupid stuff like the Pulsator or like like I don't know the sneak
the
shot.
Lightning Blitz.
Yeah, the Lightning Blitz. I've said this before. I want more air tanks. I don't know why they stopped, but they need them. More air tanks.
Allegedly, there's legal reasons that they can't do that because of what we can do with them.
Oh, boo-hoo. And yet Busby's putting them out.
That's why they don't. That's why Busby air tanks are tiny.
I don't care. They're still air tanks.
They're getting small.
It's better than what Nerf's doing.
That is true. There's a reason that they don't have like legit big rocket launchers anymore. It's because we can single those, like just put a coupler on them, and then they're amazing.
So what you're saying is, if we stop modding the air tanks for a year, they'll make more of them.
That's what we should do.
If everyone
no.
promises to be good and not mod them, we'll make them again. And then we'll start, modding them
Then we'll
again.
start modding them again.
Everybody
and then
wins.
we'll have 5 years of just amazing air tanks again, and then we can,
I would love to
then we have
see.
to stop doing it.
Well, that actually is if there's like a law against it, I'd like to see it because that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just them on like moral grounds saying,
Oh, boo-hoo.
we can't. I know, right? Corporate America and morals.
Oh, corporate America.
It's
That's
like, well,
that's not an excuse.
yeah.
Not an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't accept that as a reason.
Yeah.
I don't accept it, and neither should you. We should do a petition. If we got like 5,000 signatures on change.org, do you think they'd do it?
We should try it.
We should.
How many people are in the Nerf Modders welcome page? Like, what, 1,500? We got this.
Dude, do you think it's 1,500? It is
It's
at
50,000, I mean.
No, it's almost at 5,000. 7 members away from 5,000.
Let's get it done.
Let's
Get it done. Nerf Reddit, Nerf Modders welcome. 1%
I've-
Nerfers, let's all do it.
Yeah, if we get like 5,000, actually, they probably wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Ha, it's a small majority or small minority of people who want this." Oh well.
I mean, they still at least have to acknowledge us. The President of the United States had to respond to a petition that said we want to build a Death Star. And he had to say, I don't think exploding other planets in our solar system
he said
or
we
other
don't
solar
have enough
systems
money for it. We don't
a
have
good
the
idea.
workforce for it, and it's not a good idea.
Because I don't think it's a good idea for
I mean,
for-
I don't think anyone would agree that's a good idea.
I mean, apparently they're prone to blowing up.
Yeah, they
That's
have,
what I
like,
learned from those
access
movies.
ports. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So-
exhaust port. It's
just
just like shooting swamp rats, apparently.
I just want an air tank. That's all I ask. That's all I want. More air tanks. Wasn't the last Nerf one the Titan?
Yeah, that'd be the last
Wow.
one that had an air tank. And that was a huge air tank.
That was a long time ago.
2007?
Jeez. It's like when I
Wow.
first got into modding was 2007.
I want to say 2008 is when I started.
Because I remember like seeing it on shelves for a while back when I first started. So.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
And
let's
then Busby made the Panther, and everyone like flipped out, and then they made.
Then they started making
They still had a
smaller.
great opportunity for a profit margin.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Ah. Oh, wait, you know what? There might have been, I think I know what they did another one. The Secret Shot AS1.
That was a long time ago.
Was that even longer ago? Because I have one in my hands
that
right
was
now.
longer
I have
ago.
a total
That's
of
considered a vintage blaster.
Is it really?
Yep.
What?
The one. Wait. The Secret Strike, the little pocket, the little teeny tiny one.
This, yeah. The
Oh,
one that has
that's
the little
called
pump?
that's called the Pocket Blaster, SSPB.
On the side of it, it says SSAS1.
Yeah, those are. I thought you were talking about the one with the flip down scope that has like a secret.
No.
No. Those aren't. No. Those are. Yeah, I think those were around a little while after the Titan. But yeah, those aren't vintage at all.
Yeah.
Those are just not even useful.
Okay, well, I mean, you duct tape it on a Raider and you got yourself a last shot in HVT.
Or you can wrap it in foam and throw it.
Oh, you saw Coops that got,
Yeah.
150 feet flat? That was beautiful.
130. And I remember he had to put like, I don't know why he put the joke tag on, and I think that ruins like all the funniness of it. It's like to know it's a joke. I mean, I still have my rarest Nerf blaster in the world video, and people comment on it every day about how it's fake. I'm like, wow, really? Who would have never
No
guessed?
way!
Wow, I think the like and dislike bar are basically even now. There's like a 50-50. You have the people who actually understand it's a joke, and then you have the kids who are like, I wasted 10 seconds of my life.
Yeah. It is really sad.
I should make an entire channel just filled with clickbait. I could be the BuzzFeed of the nerfing world. Think about that.
Oh, man. I want to work with you on this.
10 blasters only true 90s kids will understand.
Do it. We need to do this.
This blaster shoots so far you won't believe your eyes. Hashtag amazing. Hashtag really?
I feel like we could do this like stupid popular.
What this modder did with his long shot is unbelievable. The police were called?
And then it's just a picture of you in bed with your long shot.
Yes, me licking it.
Priming, not copying. That sounds.
What are some other clickbaity titles I could put on there? Like,
Just anything with sniper, Nerf sniper, automatically.
I'm trying to think of something like BuzzFeedy, like 10 reaction GIFs to the latest Nerf releases, and it's all like supernatural GIFs or something like that.
That is the most accurate thing I think anybody's ever said. It's always supernatural.
Only true 1980s kids will understand these blasters, and it's just like the one ball shooter. It's just the one.
Was it the Master Blaster?
No, it was either the Master Blaster or the Mono Blast. Blastable, that's what it's called, Blastable.
Blastable?
Blastable.
Because the B&A didn't come out until 1992?
Nope. Yeah, I have no clue. There's way too many. There's too much for brain to get. But
they've done too many things.
The Blastable was the first thing they released in 1989.
Oh, back when they did the Transformers stuff. I found one of the Optimus. I have one of the Optimus
They didn't
Prime
make those in
ones.
1989. That was way after.
No, yeah, I'm just remembering. It was way after that they started making the Optimus Prime and Starstreak, whatever. Well, I found one of the Optimus Prime ones in like mint condition. It's
They're
beautiful.
terrible. Don't buy them.
They're awful, but I love it. I love it.
I like Drax's video for that. It's like, oh hey, I'm just playing with this toy. I'm gonna no, it's a Nerf channel, and then he flips it.
And it's just amazing. Like, but no, I found one of those yesterday at Savers, and it was like missing half of the panels and stuff. I picked it up, and it just kind of like unfolded on itself. And I just looked at the guy next to me, and I go, "I'm Optimus Prime. I transform into disappointment." And he just starts laughing.
It's a really terrible blaster. It's not even. It's bad. You can't do anything with it.
You can't do anything with it except like roll it down the hallway and somebody can shoot you with.
The hardest blaster I think to open is the Gyro Strike because Drac did someone commented on one of my videos and was like, oh, you're in Drac's backyard. It's like, no, he was in my backyard. Like, haha, the tables have turned. But the Gyro Strike video he did, I had to tell him, okay, you have to mention you cannot open this thing because seriously, on the bottom there's like 30 screw holes, and then on the side, like, think of the. Okay, if you're holding it straight, the entire blaster is on the X plane. Like, we're gonna think of graphs right now. So you have the X plane, then the Y plane is up.
Use math? No.
Yeah. Oh no, math. So you have X plane, which is horizontal, Y plane, which is vertical, and then Z plane, which is back and forth. So on the X plane, there's like 30 screw holes. On the Y plane, there's like another 15, and then on the Z plane, there's like another 10.
God.
And so, like, if you do one side, you have to do this other side as well in order for it to even, like, start to come open. So, because I wanted to go in there and make sure, like, the gears were working, like, maybe glue the clutch so it wouldn't do that horrible, like, crack whenever it just slips. And I was like, how the hell do I take this thing apart? Like, you can't.
I guess you just don't.
So I would say that the Optimus Prime and Starscream blasters are probably a close second when it comes to being taken apart.
Yeah, and then the Koosh Firestorm, because
the Koosh Firestorm is just like solvent welded. Like that's the problem with it. It's not so much. There's a bunch of screws and parts that have to go in different places. Like once you get it open, everything's kind of like, oh, this only fits here and this only fits there. Okay, I'm done. Let me put it back together. Whereas the Transformer's like, this panel does what? What is this? Where? Oh my gosh, I broke it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well.
It seemed unnecessarily complex, even for back then.
I'm trying to think of, like, what other blasters are stupid hard to open. I mean, the Rapid Strike, or no, that's not the Rapid Strike. The Stampede just has a ton of screws, and the Nitron has a ton of screws. But I wouldn't really say that makes it hard. It's just time intensive.
Time consuming, yeah.
Huh.
I've been meaning to brass breach my Stampede.
If you're gonna brass breach it, file the brass down really well. Like it's gonna have to be perfectly flush so it doesn't catch anywhere on the dart.
Gotcha.
Like you're gonna have to put some time into it.
Or, just pay my sisters $5 so you feel like
Or you can buy an Explorer kit for like 30 times the cost of what it should be. Ooh, nah, I like Explorer, but it's way too expensive. But they do have it's like a brass breach kit, except they're using like a copper pipe. I don't really get it, but I'm so mad my brass breach didn't work. Seriously, to give you a perspective, it worked until I superglued a piece of brass down that was like a millimeter off from where it should have been, and it wrecked everything.
That sounds awful.
It is awful. I spent so much time on that thing, and it worked. I got like 20 rounds off from it. I was like, oh my gosh, it works! Ah! Like, oh, this is so great. And then I had to glue down one piece, which I think was the barrel, and I did it like a millimeter from where it was supposed to be, and it really messed with the barrel that pushes the dart and closes the breech, and it would just crack into itself and just jam on itself, and it would never shoot. And oh my gosh, it was such a pain in the ass.
Sounds like me with my So Dizzle breach.
So I was like, you know what?
I put so much time.
Yeah,
and it didn't work.
And I know some people have luck with it, and they're like, oh, it's really easy. I'm like, how? How did you do it? So, I guess the last thing I want to ask is, what do you have planned for 2015? Like, what are some things that you would love to get done or learn?
I would like to do more, like, crazy flywheels, because I don't use them much, but I have so much fun with them.
Right?
I want to find more motors that are cheaper and equivalent to Blade 180s, if not better. Like, I've already found one that
it's not so much
giving the same performance.
It's not so much to find something better. It's to find something that's amazing at the price range.
Okay, I spent $1.08 per motor, and then another $3 to ship like 5 motors. They're smaller than Blade 180s, small enough that I don't have to cut the shell. So small that I actually have to wrap tape around them to get them to fit in the like motor housings. Then after I super glued the flywheels on them because the shafts are just a little too thin, amazing. Putting 4 IRMs through them, it's just like Blade 180s.
Well, you're going to have to prove that they last as long as well.
I have not. I actually had a problem where mine vibrated because they're going so hard and everything. They vibrated my switch apart that I had on my voltmeter.
What?
Like, it just vibrated the switch into oblivion. That's crazy.
That's kind of amazing.
Drac actually has footage of this.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yeah, well, he has footage. He's taking a look at the at my motors, and he's like, he revs up, and the switch just starts going click, 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 and it's like, what even happened? I don't even know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent you a link to those. Yeah,
you did. They're super, super tiny.
Not the green ones. The green ones I'm still trying to get to work.
Oh.
The other ones.
They're also super, super tiny.
Those green ones are too small almost.
Yep.
Like,
but I mean,
but they're so cheap.
People are gonna ask you for data, so you better be ready with data.
Yeah. I gotta get with my buddy who has the chrono.
Yep.
I should get a chrono.
I think that's...
Yeah, that and 2015 I need more air blasters and NIC primaries.
Yes, more air blasters.
I busted my 4B at the NIC war with Drac. It was... We were chasing down socks. I was with Chris. We were chasing down socks. It was a free-for-all, but we just needed to take out socks because he had 2 lives left. Chris and I each had 1. Chris takes a shot at socks, gets him. That was Socks' last life. I had broken the pump handle on my 4B just before running after socks. So I had one shot left, no matter how I looked at it. And Chris just sort of looked at me, shot at socks, hit socks. I turned around to Chris, shot Chris, and he was like, "This was a good death." It was beautiful.
I think everyone needs more air tanks.
More air tanks.
Everyone needs air tanks.
All you air tanks are belong to us.
Seriously, if you don't have like 5 air tanks just in storage, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, and I don't want more bladders. I don't need more
Bladders
air
are
bladders.
lame.
Although I saw where somebody, they hooked up like an air tank to an air bladder to make an expanded air bladder that was amazing.
If you want semi-auto, that's how you do it.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing with my one mag strike.
You still haven't noticed.
What? My little sister just came down and she said I didn't notice something. The rabbit.
No, I put this sticker on you.
Oh, I have a sticker on me. Okay. Oh, I have an Orange My Work sticker on me.
It's not the for rectal use only.
No. Actually, I had like 4 of those. One of them is on my SM-1500, and then the other ones, they were sitting on my couch, and then somebody sat on them and they got stuck.
No!
So, yeah.
Oh, you can buy like a roll of, I think it's like 1,000 of them for like $4.
I'm going to have to do that because
It's kind of awesome.
I'm leaving my school soon, so I have to wreak some havoc.
Oh, don't get in trouble.
I'm a senior. I'm untouchable.
Not by the police.
I said that in front of one of the teachers, and they go, "Yeah, you're kind of right."
Well,
I was like, "Thank you."
I think we've covered everything that we wanted to talk about. So I guess do you have a? I don't have any best of the best or best of the worst.
Oh, I've got some best doors for you. So,
I think you want to do one? Let's do one.
Oh, but it's so hard to pick because
Just
actually,
one.
I probably only have one. What? The rabbit is running around and I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. So, then what is that noise? Okay, there's poop all over the floor now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I found this. Guy goes, 10% eggs, 20% milk, 15% butter that's softer than silk, 5% sugar, 50% baked. That's 100% how I'm baking a cake. Like, this is beautiful. Let's see. And then somebody just straight up quoted, it was one of the German modders, I think. Ben Dunbar. He straight up quoted Army of Darkness with one of his blasters that he made, showing off his wood stocks that he made for his barrel break. He goes, "All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. You see this? This is my boomstick." Just the whole quote.
I actually have a best of the worst. If this goes for anyone really, but if someone doesn't have an orange barrel on their blaster, just don't automatically say it needs an orange barrel. I'm tired of this. But if someone doesn't have an orange barrel on their stuff, sometimes it doesn't need an orange barrel. There's different laws for different countries and different states about if you need an orange barrel or some sort of indicator that it's not a real gun. So until you know where they're from, don't just start screaming it needs an orange barrel or like it needs to be safer or don't take it out in public, because you're probably going to be wrong. So just shut up with that stuff. I'm tired of it.
Abraham Lincoln once said, "It is better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt."
Ooh, I love that quote. I'm going to get that tattooed on me with YOLO right next to it.
So, speaking of orange barrels and really sad, this came from Ohio, and this makes me really sad. I really wanted to see Florida. Somebody took a SPS 2000 and put a shotgun in it. Literally, put a shotgun in it.
It's not the first time that's happened, actually.
It's really sad.
Someone did it with a shot blast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
I commented on that. I go, "Damn it, Ohio, why did it have to be us? Why couldn't Florida do it?"
Well, the thing is just don't put real weapons into kids' toys. It's kind of a douche move.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not even
Kinsey
kind
goes,
of. It is a douche move. Just don't be a douche.
Kinsey goes, that CPS was probably worth more than the shotgun was.
Ha.
Like, that is true.
And on that note, I think we're good to go.
I think we are good to go. It's been a great podcast, everybody.
We're gonna have to do more for
I've had fun.
2015.
Yeah, get on a regular schedule because my life's been crazy and
What is regular schedule, Vlad?
it's. I almost made a period joke and that would not have been cool.
No, that's, if you're not on a regular schedule, you might need more fiber. Hey.
Oh man, that I can appreciate that. And with that, Bobo, where can we find you?
I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/IamBobololo and on YouTube at youtube.com/IamBobololo. Makes it super simple. Yeah,
More or less.
more or
I
less.
could not get Vlad the Nerf Nico on Facebook, so if you just look for like Vlad Nico Nerf, you should be able to find me.
Vlad the
I haven't
Nerf.
really announced my. Is that what it is?
I don't know, but if it isn't,
I
Vlad,
invited you to like it. I don't know if you did.
I think I did. I think
hope you did.
Vlad. Yep, I did.
I hope you're active. Oh, good. Then you can post that on your Facebook page so people can.
I will.
So yeah, then I'm also on YouTube at youtube.com/Vlad the Nerf Nico. You can find the podcast at nerfherderpodcast.blogspot.com. Email to the show, nerfherderpodcast@gmail.com. Send us emails, questions, comments, concerns, stories. First person to email in with a funny story of like just nerfing with their friends or even like just at HBZ or whatever, we can read that on the show if it's appropriate for PG-13 audiences. Now, if it's like, I was playing HBZ with this girl and we went to the woods.
Expletive. No.
Dear Penthouse, I was playing HBZ with this girl.
Adult fun with kids' toys. Uh-oh.
If I get one that starts off Dear Penthouse, I'm going to start a slow clap for you. I'm going to reference the fact that we got one, and I'm not going to mention it ever again. Oh, man. So, I think that about does it. Bobo Lolo, go ahead and say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.